Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule to be with me this morning. I hope that you get value out of this. And we meet every single Saturday at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. I am not good at converting the time zones, but they are always included in the announcement post that I put up for this. So, first and foremost, let's talk. Last week we discussed how it is that you find your ideal prospect person that you're trying to reach. Because again, if you're talking to everybody, then you're speaking to no one. Because when you're creating content around a specific thing, so a niche or whatever, and you're trying to reach a very specific person, it's much easier for you and much quicker for you to build trust because you're hitting that specific person that's looking for that specific information, right? So now I'm going to talk a little bit about strategy and stories. And we talked last week about how to create your content that is a way to connect and thought provoke and makes it so you're speaking directly to a specific person. And that is the way to post. But how do we use our stories effectively? I think so many times people are just throwing stuff up there and hope that it sticks. Like a promo comes out, you throw that in, you're showing your capsules and your 3 steps in the morning, but you're not really building the connection there. Yes, we want to highlight the type of person that we are in our stories. It's kind of your behind the scenes, but doing that in a way that is going to help you convert to people getting in your inbox, and that's going to help to build your engagement in your stories and all those things. So we're going to talk a lot about stories today. I'm thinking next week I'm going to really talk about reels because that is something that is obviously reels on Instagram, and you could, I suppose, throw TikTok into that information into that as well. I don't use my personal TikTok for business, but I do know how to grow a following on TikTok. I have, I believe, 17,000 or something like that right now. But so I do know the way to convert that over to Reels, and that's what I've been utilizing over there. But this week I wanted to talk about stories specifically. So strategy on stories. So if you have identified the ideal person that you're trying to reach. So I'm going to give you my specific niche for reference so that you can kind of get an idea of the picture I'm trying to paint here. So in my bio, your bio should read, who is the specific person that you're trying to help and what are you trying to help them with? And every piece of content you post should relate to that person that you're trying to reach, or that piece that you wrote in your bio. So for me, it's I help other busy mamas get their energy back and take control of their health. So everything that I post should demonstrate that I am trying to help other mothers take back their health. So what is the way that I can prove that? Through reels? Do I show that I'm actually actively working out, that I'm actively trying to live a healthy lifestyle, that I am a mom? So is there proof that I'm a mother? Because if I'm trying to reach other moms, I have to show that I'm a mother too. And so that's the whole, like, every post that you make should relate to that thing that you're trying to reach. Value-based teaching things, maybe it's you created a funny reel that relates to that with your own personal story so that you can connect with people, whatever that looks like. Now, when we're going into stories, we want to show a behind the scenes of our daily life. So like, what does a day in our life kind of look like? But there is a way to strategically do this so that you can connect faster with people and so that you can convert people. It is one thing to post your steps in your stories. It is quite the other to have a reason behind posting your steps, not to just show that you use the products consistently, obviously. So when, for instance, with my specific group of people that I'm trying to help, other moms get their energy back and take control of their health, anytime I am posting about my products, how is that going to help another mom get her energy back and take control of her health? Addressing issues that they're having, maybe trying to highlight the problems that they might be having, and this is how this is a solution. So how does that look like? Now, sometimes I will occasionally just throw like a picture of my capsules and say like, these are waking me up. Yes. But sometimes that means me saying no coffee needed in order for me to have the energy I need for the day. If you're showing your patch, why are you showing your patch? What is it helping you accomplish? How does it relate to the person that you're trying to reach? Just listing all the benefits isn't going to help connect you to that person, because there are so many people out there that are trying to sell to other people. I mean, look how many thrivers we have on our team. What's going to set you apart from everybody else? And that's coming from a place of service. How are you trying to help somebody with what you have to offer? So if you're showing a picture of your capsules, it is one thing to just show you taking your capsules. It's quite another to explain how it's going to help another mom that's struggling with energy in the morning. It is a one thing to show your patch. It is quite the other to say, this is how I don't strangle my children when they're driving me crazy as a mother. So if you're highlighting the things that are going to help the person that you're trying to reach about the products, not just listing like all the ingredients or talking about gut health. Like moms don't give a shit about gut health. Like, let's be honest, because most people's understanding of your digestive system is very basic. So you trying to like be super explanatory about that specific thing is not going to resonate with people. You talking about 5-HTP is like, they're going to be like, what? I don't even know what that is. You talking about how you don't fight with your husband when you're putting together an IKEA set, that is relatable to people. And that's why this helps you. You can obviously go into the logistics a little bit about why it's important to have these specific things, but you need to make sure that you're very, very low level explaining things to people. So that's with the products in mind. Now, when you're showing like your day-to-day life, why are you showing that? If it's in a purpose to connect with other moms, so like you're showing that you're out with your children and that you are indeed a mother, and that the patch that you're saying gives you energy, or the capsules that you're saying give you energy, you're demonstrating that in your stories throughout the day. And you can even put blurbs like, without those capsules and this sort of thing, I would have been crashing already and like wishing our day was over, like whatever that looks like. So why are you posting the things that you do? And I think to connect with people, obviously showing that you are giving visual proof that you're the person that they can trust. So showing your day, showing how you're, out with your children, if that's what your thing is. If you're somebody that maybe your niche is that you like overcame addiction, like you need to actively show how you're living a different life because you decided to put yourself first and these products help you feel good and da 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 da. Anyways, so there will be times where you obviously are going to want to connect that has nothing to do with your products, and that has nothing to do with like that, the fact that you're a mother or an addict or whatever, like just showcasing little pieces of your life that other people might be able to relate to. And this is kind of where I think we've used polls and questions and stuff like that the total wrong way. If you're only using polls to get interest of whether or not somebody wants a sample, like I want to encourage you to do it this way. So like, yeah, you can do the like whole this or that thing. And I think every once in a while that's cool. But the really good way for you to increase your engagement in your stories, have more people watching, and do it in kind of like a natural way is to utilize polls for like simple things. So for instance, like last night, or the day before, I had posted about this show that we're watching, and then the poll was like, have you seen it yet? Like, duh, no, not yet. So much engagement from just that simple thing. And then that was an opportunity for me to be able to transition into Messenger with these people or into DMs. So if they said, duh, like you could have messaged them and said like, oh my gosh, I love this show. I'm just finishing up with season 1, building a conversation that way. Or if they're saying like, no, not yet. I'm like, oh, you have to see it. It's so good. Or maybe it's like you're providing like a stupid, like quick hack. Did you know this? Yes or no? Is this like mind blowing? What's another one that I did the other day? Just anything that might be relatable to people, like if it's pop culture, obviously you probably want to stay away from politics because that's a hot topic, and you probably want to stick away from like that sort of thing, but like movies, music, those things are pretty good to be able to talk about. Or it's like asking a question about something that you're going to wear, or it's asking a question about like who else's kid does this crazy thing. Then you can that's a really, really easy way for you to transition into somebody's DMs and be able to start building that relationship authentically. You commenting on a billion people's stuff, like their posts every single day, isn't gonna, it will build connection over time, but how exhausting is that? When you get into somebody's messenger, it's so much easier for you to start building an authentic relationship with people because they're more willing to converse back and forth with you. So the way to do that is through engagement in your own stories and through you engaging through other people's stories as well. So that might be like, if you're watching their stories, like not just dropping a heart, asking them questions about things, because you're getting directly into their messenger and people are more willing to start opening up to you in their messenger. And here's the crazy thing. If you're responding to a story of theirs and you guys are having a conversation back and forth, maybe it's about like motherhood, maybe it's about some place they went to and you asked for a recommendation, maybe it's like you like their outfit and you asked where they got it or whatever. If you're building a relation, or if you're having a conversation back and forth, chances are they're probably going to click on your profile and take a look at who you are. If you've never had a conversation before, or even if you have in the past, they're just going to take a genuine interest in looking back at your profile. And if your profile is littered with just showing Thrive all the time, they're going to be like, oh, she has an ulterior motive. Obviously, she's trying to just get in a conversation with me so that she can sell me this thing. But if in your profile, you are giving cooking tips, you're, showing about how you battled through your recovery, like 5 steps to take care of yourself, quick tips about how to cook for a family of 4, homeschooling tips, like whatever your specific niche is. If they're going to your profile and they're seeing that sort of stuff in your content, they're like, oh, she's just another person that's trying to help with XYZ. And then it allows you to continue to create that conversation with people where, yes, there is a bad stigma around MLM. And here's the thing, it's not going to go away. You're not going to have like the magic words or the magic profile that's going to make the MLM stigma go away. But you can show that you're different and you're set apart from other people because you lead with service first. You're serving people, you're trying to help them, you're showing up as like a human being in your stories and building genuine curiosity with people. So that's an effective. And then like, here's the thing, like when a promo comes out and you're actively talking about your products in your stories about how they're just like helping you in like a nonchalant way, like you're not doing 900 slides about here's all the ingredients of all the 3 steps, but like it's maybe like a quick slide in your stories here and there about like something crazy that your children did and you're like, thank God for this, because otherwise I would have blown up at my kids. Or you're out late with your kids at a baseball game and you're thankful that you have the energy to be able to like be excited about their game and not just wishing for it to be over and that sort of thing. If you're showing up that way with your products, and then you have a promo come out, instead of just posting like the graphic, like everyone on there and their mom does, I was guilty of it too. You can talk about, hey, I I know I talk a lot about how these things help me as a mom. If you've ever been interested, I have something special for you today that if you're wanting to feel better as a mom, wake up, feel energized, like I have 20% off for you, or I have free shipping available for you today, or like whatever, very specifically saying you and making it sound like this is something that you specifically created for you to offer to that person. Oh man. Yeah, no worries. So you're a business owner. You are like, this is your own specific business. Yes, Thrive provides us with the promos. Yes, Thrive is its own company, but you are an individual. They do a good job at their own marketing and all that stuff. They have their own profile page, they have their own email pushes, they have their own stuff. Your job is to uniquely provide that product to a specific group of people that trust you. And that's what the company is trusting you to do. And like, yeah, it's one thing to throw up the promo that's already created. It's quite another to put a unique spin on it that makes you an individual. So if you're not showing up in your stories like 5 to 10 slides a day in your stories, you're missing a really good way for you to build connection with people, because it's one thing to have a picture of yourself on a post with a bunch of words. It is quite another for people to see how you conduct your day and how it relates to them too, because they can see that your kids are crazy, or that sometimes your house is a little bit messy, or that you are actually out and being active with your children and all those things. So you have to be showing up in stories. It's the way for you to build connection with your audience. And if you're only using your stories to show the products and promos, chances are your views probably aren't very high and your conversion rate is not very high. So I encourage you to try it this way for a period of time and see if it works for you. I've noticed an increase in my stories. Stories is how I primarily get samples out the door and customers interested. Now, here's the thing with stories. You're not going to grow your audience with stories, because this is just for the people that already follow you, but it helps build connection. So that's an important piece of the puzzle as well. So with that being said, let's get into the different days of the week this week, where people might be at mentally, and then like where our business is at as well. So obviously it's Saturday, so people are probably pretty busy. They're out with their families. They're, spending time at home or whatever. Posting a bunch throughout the day is probably not going to hit really well, because the chances are people aren't on their phone a ton. And if they are, it's usually quick hits, like they're busy catching up on laundry, or they're busy like doing activities with their family, or at weddings or things like that. Like summertime is a busy time for people. They're not just casually scrolling their phone all day long, right? So if you can do quick hit stories, quick hit posts, those are super important for a Saturday and sometimes a Sunday as well. So what that might look like is a quick one-liner for your post about how your Thrive is helping you through today, or a quick tip thing for your niche or something like that. Something super fast and quick that's going to not cause people to have to like sit and either watch something for a long period of time or take the time to actually like read this long post. Something quick. Sundays during the day, not so great for long posts. Sundays in the evening, usually that's when people are their most vulnerable, because they're thinking about their week ahead. Maybe they have work tomorrow, so they're thinking about all the things that they have to accomplish, what they got to do. If they don't like their job, they're dreading it. If their significant other works and they're at home, they're thinking about all the things that dude, I had this breakdown last week. It is real that you're thinking about all the things you need to do for the week and all that. So if you're wanting something that's going to strike the heart of somebody and relate to somebody, Sunday night is a really good time to do that. Sunday night is usually the best time for you to go live on Facebook. So that's a way to like tug on somebody's heartstrings, is on a Sunday evening. Then we got Monday. Monday, people are tired. They're needing motivation for the week. So any way that you can relate to them that way, with your products, if it's in your stories, make sure you're talking about the capsules and like how your Mondays are so much different. Like you used to dread waking up and now you're excited, or you used to drag through your day and pray for it to end, and now you're energetic throughout the day, you're getting things done, like whatever that looks like. On a Monday, that's how people are. As far as your content goes and like how people are consuming it, Mondays, they're just trying to distract their mind through getting through their day, right? So late afternoon might be a good time to post like reels or like quick hit posts. Later in the evening when people are like, oh, I'm just exhausted and I'm done with this day, I'm going to sit here and unwind on my phone. You can probably do something a little bit longer or do like a live video or something like that. Tuesdays, it is payday for us. You need to talk about the opportunity, even if you're not making money yet. But you need to talk about it in a way that isn't talking about yourself. It's in a way that's talking about how this can help another person. Maybe that is this week that you're addressing things that people think when you're talking about your business. What is the thought process behind somebody? What are the things that they might be fearful of? Is it judgment? Is it that they're going to be dumping a bunch of money into this? Is it that they're going to have to like post a bunch? You have to address the stigmas. If you just pretend like everything's perfect and sweep everything under the rug and you don't talk about the worries that people have, you're going to miss that mark of the people that are like, I just don't think this is for me. So this Tuesday, I encourage you to talk about doing something that's outside of the norm, and like how people will do something different all the time. Like they try something different at a restaurant. They go a different way to work, like stepping outside of your comfort zone and like why we perceive it as like a big deal and it's not. So addressing some sort of hesitancy that somebody might have to joining the business. So taking maybe like 5 minutes or even 5 seconds and just writing down what were the things that made you hesitant about the business. Was it that you didn't want to be spammy? Maybe it was that you were worried you're going to have to like pay all these fees or whatever, or that like people would like make fun of you, or that whatever it sounds like. Write down a list of things and then address those things. You gotta hit the elephant in the room sometimes, because if you just pretend like everything's perfect, you're gonna miss the people that are skeptical. So that's what I encourage you to do this Tuesday, is talk about the business and the hesitancies that people have and why, and how you had them initially and how it's different than you had thought it would be. Wednesday is hump day. People are just like, it's not the end of the week, it's the middle of the week. So I think Wednesday is always a good way for you to show how you're actively trying to live a healthy and well lifestyle, because you are in a health and wellness business. And it's important for you to showcase that you're actively trying to live a healthy and well lifestyle. Or it can be talking about how this fits into your lifestyle, that you don't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to do like stand on your head, drink a cup of water upside down, take 3 capsules before every single meal, jump up and down on one leg to like feel good every day. Like talk about the simplicity, talk about how things are super easy for you, and maybe even throw in a tip or something like that. Thursday, Friday Eve, I like to call it. Wednesday also is probably one of the best days for some reason to post a reel. So make sure that you're posting reels on Wednesdays. Anywhere noon and 6 seem to be the best times for me for some reason, but that's obviously my specific insights that I see on my profile, but in yours might be different, but historically that's a good time and a good day. Thursday, we do have like, you know, you can talk about things that you're grateful for, living in a state of gratitude. That's important. I think Thursday you should be doing some sort of value to your audience that has nothing to do with Thrive. So maybe this is providing a tip or advice. Maybe this is sharing a piece of your story and how it relates to other people. So going live and talking about something that isn't Thrive related. Friday is a really good time for me to usually post about samples. Yes, we have Flex Friday, and I think it's important to show that there is a community of people, but don't be tagging everyone and their mom in your posts. I noticed that Facebook has been throttling a lot of those tag things, and sometimes things pop up saying, it looks like you're trying to generate a reach on purpose instead of organically. And oh my gosh, my water bottle's like leaking everywhere. Instead of like trying to organically reach people, you're like forcing it, and Facebook definitely doesn't like that sort of thing. They're all about community building naturally. So if you're gonna do things that way, maybe do it within your own team, and say like, hey, can you show me some love on my post, or show like your patch too. And in your post itself, don't just say like, this is my DFT, or oh my gosh, it's another Flex Friday. Why are you showing your patch to somebody that has no idea what that is? Why are you showing it? What is it helping you with? Are you connecting with people and asking a thought-provoking question in the beginning? Like, who else always waits for the weekend, or who else is running out of energy by Wednesday, but here you are on a Friday? Like, you need to relate to the person that's on the other side of your post. It's cool and all that like we have a billion friends that thrive with us, but if you're just talking about a patch and you're not explaining what it does, it's going to fall on deaf ears. So if you're doing a Flex Friday post, start with a thought-provoking question in the beginning about that's going to relate to people. So like, who's ever felt this way? Who else can relate? You know, drop a heart if you agree, or like whatever. And then talk about, why are you showing this patch? Why are you showing it? It's also a good day for samples, I think. I usually like to use verbiage like packing up happy packs, summer survival packs. If I were to send you a 3-day sample, would you take it correctly and give me your honest feedback? That sort of thing. So early to mid-afternoon, posting us about samples is really good on a Friday. And then that brings us back to Saturday again. So I'll just briefly go through it again. Saturdays need to be quick hit posts that are fast because people aren't taking time to consume. Sunday evenings, great time to go live to share something that is maybe a little more heartfelt instead of like funny or just talking about, you know, your patch helping you with energy, but like, what is a real emotion-based thing? Sunday nights is a good time for that. Monday, obviously you want to talk about like how your Mondays look different, whether that's in a story or in a live video. Tuesdays, we're going to address the things that people are skeptical about the business and how you were skeptical too, and how your mind has changed about it. Wednesday, make sure you're posting a reel if you have Instagram. This is a really good day to do that. Show how you're living a healthy and well lifestyle. Thursday, what did I have for Thursday? No, I don't remember. I have ADHD, you guys, so sometimes I forget about what I'm talking about. Thursday, oh yeah, providing a tip or advice or something like that that's non-Thrive related, so that you're providing value to your audience so that they come back to you. If you're doing this a different day and it's been working for you, stick with that day. But Thursday, do that sort of thing. Friday, sample or Flex Friday, but your Flex Friday post has to be thought-provoking, and you have to talk about why it is that you're showing people the picture of your patch. And then that brings us back to Saturday, which we'll meet again next week. So this was a nice, quick one, and I hope that I provided you guys value this week. Next week, we're going to talk about all things Reels and how to use this properly to actually reach people in your audience. I'll talk about if you've never done a Reel, why it's beneficial you do want the first one in the right way so that people come back to you, because I'll explain the logistics behind that. Ways to do ones that are funny, informative, and help people connect with you. So we're going to talk all things Reels/TikTok next week. You're so welcome. Don't forget to take a picture. Shoot, I always forget that. Take a picture or a video, whatever you prefer. Oh, nice. I like a ring. My goal on Saturdays is to like probably talk as fast as I can possibly talk so that I can get you on your day, because your business should not be your entire life, and you should learn how to use balance. And I want to make sure that I am providing you value in a quick amount of time so that you are able to get on with your day, but it was helpful. You too. Yes, I'm excited to share all the stuff that I've learned with you guys too, because I've seen a lot of, even just in my last 2 posts, I've had a lot of reach, which is good. So I know this works. I'm not just regurgitating information from somebody else. I've put this to the test. I've tried different things that people have said, and I know things that work a little bit better than other things. So I'm going to help you guys with all that.